Right. I said we would be playing Yakuza, but downloading's taking way too long, so I guess we'll start up this game instead. Uh, this is Ace Attorney, the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. It's set the ways years back before the actual Ace Attorney series, so it's a straight spin. Um, you know, I guess I'll take a break from the main timeline and play a different game. Now, I don't know shit about this game. All I know is they're fucking British, okay? And it's old shit. I'll still probably be playing before once it actually downloads, which it probably won't because the internet's actually shit right now. Good thing this game's installed. I didn't want to start Persona though because I know that shit would be too long. But I wanna maybe I'll play this game's first case, who knows? Then I'll play it 4. Then I'll come back to this. All I know is this game is a 2 game into this one. It's 2 games mixed into this one Chronicle game because it's a it's a mix of the 2 games from 2 Steam import. So yep. After this, maybe I'll just play the first case. Then I'll play Yakuza 4, probably that plan. Or I'll just bomb rush through this game because I heard this game's also good. Yeah, but all I know for sure is I'm not gonna go play investigations for a while. I'll take a break from the main timeline. Oh god. Okay, let's go. What we got here? Shit. What is this? Yo, you have costumes? What the fuck? Sherlock Holmes? What the fuck? Alright. Oh my god. They are fucking. There are some extra episodes. Oh my god. Alright, that's cool. I know this is the prosecutor guy though. I've seen him in a few fucking shit on Discord, was it? No, not Discord. Reddit. Ugh. Official Reddit. Yo, I kind of. Do you need context to play these? Fuck, I feel like this is the perfect book. Oh man, I'll research those options. Voice? There's some voice acting? Oh, that's good. My voice is not gonna fucking die then. I think. I think there's voice acting. Not bad. I'm not. Oh man. Adventures. This is the second game. Select adventure. Episode 1, episode 2. 5 episodes. But this game. How about the second game? 1, 2, 3, 4. Final chapter. Alright. New game. Let's go, boys.
The Empire of Japan. After opening its doors, a push for cultural transformation brought great waves of Western influence to this far eastern island nation. The revolution washed over the land, making life in the capital exciting and unsettling. It was a period of great change, and some was swept away by the tide. But for one man, the turbulence of that era was just the beginning of an extraordinary story.
The Great Departure. Oh shit. That is long as fuck, man. Alright. 22th November, 8:43 a.m. Supreme Court of Jurisdiction. Judicature. Defendants Antechamber 5. Okay, they're right. Voice acting. Okay. I can't believe it. I still can't believe this is happening. How can it be just beyond the doors to this quiet little chamber? It's the highest court in Japan, waiting to decide my fate. Oh, this is trippy. What? Oh, nothing. Oh no, nothing. Xavier glares, murderer. Hey, come on, chill the fuck out, bro. Wait, give me some. There you go. Wait. No, not really. Okay. Sorry. My name is Ryanosuke Naruhodo. I'm a second year student at the Imperial Yume University. 3 days ago, I found myself in the middle of a horrifying incident. And now, here I am, awaiting my trial. Don't know what the fuck that is. God, it's this guy. That's enough. He's not obliged to listen to such abuse, officer. But who are you? I'm this man's lawyer. I'll be defending him today. Lawyer? Yes, and until the judge has given his verdict on the case, no one has the right to treat him as a criminal. So you will hold your tongue. Oh my god. Straight up pulled a samurai. Technicalities, look at you. You haven't even graduated yet. And yet I still seem to know better than you know. I still seem to know better than you know a court officer should behave. Right, Ryanosuke. Yes, of course. Sorry. Still don't know your name, bro. What are you apologizing to me for? Oh, no, I suppose that was my fault. But really, Kazuma, I never meant to drag you into this. I'm sorry. Here you go again, apologizing. Just like always. Awful voice act, don't worry about it. Though I must say, you've been all over the newspapers these past few days. You're my university professor, murdered in cold blood by student. But obviously, you didn't actually do it, did you? Of course not. You have to believe me, I didn't do it. I could never murder someone. And there's nothing to worry about. Straighten yourself up, hold your head high. You mean? I believe you. I know you're innocent, Ryanosuke. Yeah, I can't say that name forever. Kazuma Soki, my best friend. also in his second year of at Yume University, but he's far more clever than I. A star student, in fact. He's even a qualified lawyer. Impressive, considering he's still young. It's not impressive. The very concept of lawyers is only a few years old here in Japan anyway. My qualifications don't mean much yet. You said the exact same thing 3 days ago. But I'm proud to have a friend like you, Kazuma. Truly. 3 days ago. Yes. That's when it all started. Congratulations, Kazuma. Looks like you're going to study abroad at last. I know. It's been forever dreaming of this day. Finally, those government elites have acknowledged my academic achievements and success in court. So you're going to be representing Japan as a... So you'll be representing Japan as you immerse yourself in the most sophisticated, sophisticated legal system in the world. I can't give a shit. I'm really happy and proud of you as my friend, as your friend. There's not a soul in the university who doesn't know Kazuma's name. He's a living legend. It's like there's some mystery aura billowing around his temple. I want to bring about change in our own legal system. That's why I have to cross the ocean to see the real thing with my own eyes. The heart of the British Empire. Heart of the British Empire. I wish I could see it too. And come with me. We'll have a wild time touring up the streets of Her Majesty's city in London together. If only it was that simple. Oh dear, look at the time. I better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a while longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day that you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English classroom then, partner. So, playing this game after going straight from the 2D Phoenix, right? So it's trippy as shit. It was straight after that when it happened. I'm guessing this is Sherlock Holmes, isn't it? Sogi, may I have a word? Nope, never mind. I'll skip that voice. Professor, I didn't know you were coming. Well, this case has personal significance to me. But never mind that for now, Asoki. You should go immediately to the judge's chambers. To His Excellency's chambers. Why? He was looking for you before. You advocating for the defense in this trial was a sudden decision. It seems there may be some confusion about prodigers today as a result. Who is this man? I feel as though I've seen him at the university before. I see. I'll go at once then. She'll accompany you. Alright then, Ryanosuke, I'll see you in the courtroom. Yes, thanks, Kazuma. Ugh, this is awkward. If I may. Yes, sorry? You must be the defendant, Ryanosuke Haruhodo, I believe. Yes, that's right. My name is Eugene Mikotoba. I'm a professor of forensics medicine at Yume University. Oh my god, he's forensics. He's our boy. He's our best friend. Forensics. Oh god, who's gonna be our gumshoe for this game? Ah, Professor Mikotoba. I've heard that name from Kazuma before. As I recall, he's been pushing to get the government to agree to Kazuma studying abroad. Asogi has told me about you. You and he are best friends, I understand. As such, I feel you should know. Know what? Well, as you are no doubt heard, Sogi has been granted permission to go and study in Great Britain. However, if we should fail to defend you in today's trial, I'm afraid that permission will be revoked and never granted again. What? As I suspected, you weren't aware of this. I had a feeling Sogi may have chosen not to tell you. He's agreed to defend me, knowing that if he fails, his dreams will be shattered. But I don't understand. Why would the government do such a thing? The administration has to choose from a large number of applicants from overseas to study. It's very difficult to persuade them to grant permission even in the most favorable of circumstances. I don't believe it. But I didn't do it. I swear it. I'm not a murderer. I'm sure that's true. Nevertheless, I can assure you that proving your innocence will be no easy task. You see, there are certain witnesses, peculiarities about today's trial. God, those words, I've never heard them. Sorry, what do you mean? You'll soon understand once proceedings get underway. But then what should I do? Well, naturally, I'm not going to suggest doing anything that could lead to a conviction. Right, so try not to act suspicious as fuck, Ryunosuke. As soon as the trial starts, the judge will pose a certain question to the defense. When that happens, you must answer before anyone else. You must say, I do. I do? But what will the question be? Surely not. Do you accept the accusations brought before you? Of course not. Defendant! Court is about to begin. Proceedings to the courtroom at once. I don't trust this guy out. I don't trust him already. I don't know. It seems our supermentitious discussions are to be cut short. So allow me to summarize. Kazuma Sogi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. So I'm defending myself. Of course, as the defendant, the final decision is yours. What are you waiting for? Do you want to be found guilty after failing to appear? Get moving. There's no point in anyone advocating for the likes of you anyway. You fucking bitch bailiff. This is it. If this trial goes badly, Kazuma's dreams of studying abroad are over. What more? I'll be found guilty of murder. And so, with absolutely no idea in what lays ahead, I embark on the unforgettable trial. My one and only chance to prove my innocence, and the trial will decide my destiny. To be continued. 22th November, 9 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature, Courtroom 2. It's always Courtroom 2. So, this is a courtroom. Supreme Court of Judicature. No one in the land has more power. It's much like the look of those people sitting in the public gallery. But I can't even see their face. Lots of military and other uniforms in there. Powers that have to be demanded. That this is a secret trial. A secret trial? A trial that closed to ordinary members of the public. Only military and government officials may attend. What? But why? It'll become clear in time. But for now, you need to concentrate, Ryunosuke. It's about to begin. Oh God. Why? The prosecution straight up just looks like pain. The court will now hear the trial of Yunosuke Haruhodo. The prosecution is ready, Your Excellency. As is the defense. Before we begin, there is one point of order I would like to confirm. Yesterday evening, the defense made a last-minute request for a change of advocate. That's correct, Your Excellency. I made the request myself. Normal procedure is the defendant's advocacy is to be decided 2 days prior to trial. As this is an unusual circumstance, I am obliged to ask for final confirmation now. Who advocates for the defendant in this trial? This is it. This must be the question. Who's going to defend me? What's the question? That's the question the professor meant. But then, if I say I do, I'll defend myself. And I'm not a fucking defense. I need to answer quickly. What should I do? Fuck yeah, I do. Your Excellency, no confirmation is needed. As I'm standing here beside the defendant, I hope it's clear who will... Oh my god, I already fucking love this game. I already fucking love this game. Oh, this is already so bad. Oh, the animation changes. Like, they can... Without using sprites and using actual 3D models now, they can show more emotion. It makes it so much more good. Imagine if this was the shit on the first trilogy. Oh, that shit was so good. What is the meaning of this unruly outburst? I would like to inform the court that I, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, will be defending myself. You'll be... What? What are you playing at, Yunosuke? Professor Mikataba told me everything just now before the trial. He did what? He said that your dreams of studying abroad would be dashed if you were to lose. How sad. It means you don't have faith in me. You think I won't be able to get you off? No, it's not that, really. It's just that, well, on the off chance that things don't go well for me, I couldn't bear the reason that you... Yes, I knew that's how you'd feel. Which is exactly why I decided not to tell you. Professor Mikataba shouldn't have stuck his nose in. Very well. The court hereby recognizes the defendant's desire to advocate for himself in today's trial. Oh, he even has the animation. What the? Well. Does the accused admit defeat already, renouncing his own counsel, really? Make no mistake, counsel. This merely shows that the defendant's innocent, and so apparently he's confident he can speak for himself. Isn't that so, Naruhodo-san? Oh, yes, exactly. Exactly what I wasn't thinking. I'm not confident at all. In fact, my mind's completely blank. I realize you're in charge now, but still, try not to look so bewildered. Well, for a merely university student to be brought before the Supreme Court, you must be the perpetrator of the heinous crime indeed. Fuck, man. As you are no doubt aware, this is Supreme Court of the jurisdiction of Japan. Accordingly, the very highest standards of conduct are expected to at all present. Do I make myself clear, defendant Naruhodo? Yes, Your Excellency. It is therefore my duty to assess your competence for the tasks you have undertaken. My competence? What does that mean? He's questioning your ability to do the job. Well, I can be questioning it for more than I am. So, let's start with the very simplest of questions. Yes. Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case. Well, it's easy though. his name more times than I care to remember. Where's the fucking... the shit, the court records? But wait! I'm so nervous I can't even remember that. What was it again? You're not scared? Look at the fucking court records, you fucking bitch. You're not scared. Let me guess. Your mind's gone blank? You know me so well. All the relevant information for this case can be found in the court record. Yeah, hell yeah. But I can't even find that. It's simple. You can access the court record with a press of E. That's different fun. If you ever find yourself forgetting something, just consult that and it'll all be there. You just have to press E for the record court. Alright. There's no time to lose. This is the list of evidence I've collected. Now try searching for the... This is the list of evidence you've collected. Now try to search the people instead with E. You'll find details about the victim here. When you're done, just press E to go back. John H. Wilson. So remember, everything to do with the current case can be found in the court record. Now, you'd better not keep us excellently waiting any longer. Go on. Find the victim in the people section of the court records, then press R to present. Try it now. Hell yeah! Objection! Are we ready, boys? Are we gonna say objection? Fuck, never mind. Running back. How the fuck were we? Alright. The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson. Well, at least you can remember the name of an esteemed member of your own university. Dr. Wilson was a visiting prosecutor from England, invited to UMay University 3 years ago. Indeed, which is the reason why this case has such profound implications. The British Empire is at present our country's most valuable foreign ally. And as for you will be aware, we have now signed a new treaty together after lengthy negotiations. There can't be anyone who hasn't heard of Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Investigation and Navigation. And despite these delicate circumstances, the blood of an Englishman must have been split in our soil. The two are both undergraduates at the Imperial UMay University, are you not? Murdering a professor from the very institution that provides your education. Have you no honor? But I didn't do it. This case is coming under great scrutiny for our allies on this other side of the world. The judge therefore wishes for a speedy resolution to this matter. In other words, our feeble government is scared of upsetting England's policy makers. And you're a convenient and expandable scapegoat to blame for this crime. So that's why this crime has these unusual peculiarities, is it? Exactly. Our government needs to convict someone as quickly as possible. All because the victim was an Englishman. Yes, Dr. Wilson was an Englishman. But nationalities and treaties won't make any difference for me here. The fact is, I was there at the scene of the crime. Oh dear, look at the time. I'd better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a little longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow then, partner. The British Empire. Wow. It's incredible to think. Wait. I've seen that man at the university. I'm sure he's a visiting professor from the Great Britain. I don't know his name, but still, I should go and say hello. So I went over to the professor's table. Introduced myself to Dr. Wilson. Now then, let me pose my next question to you, Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. How did this professor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson, lose his life? State before the court the cause of death. Death occurred and it's cause of blood. Got shot in the chest. Lots of blood. Alright. Cause of death. Well, obviously that was Ryunosuke. Remember that in court, every assertion must be backed up with evidence. But evidence? But how? Find a piece of evidence that shows the professor's cause of death and select percent. Do it now. Do we say yes instead of objection? Yes!
Yes!
Oh, well. Oh my god, he holds two papers. According to this document, the victim suffered a hemorrhagic death due to gunshot trauma. Learn to read, you imbecile. It's the post-mortem report, I take it. Sorry, yes. That's right. The post-mortem report. In the West, the doctor dissects corpses to identify the cause of death in an autopsy. Here in Japan, a police officer merely inspects the body and draws conclusions that way. Oh, I see. As long as I'm not going to be tested for any of this later. This is a so-called photographic print of the scene of the crime. As you can see clearly, the stars of scorch marks are in the bullet hole produced from the product explosion. In other words, you should assume that the victim was shot at point blank, close range. Thank you, counsel. The court will accept this modern scientific evidence into the court. So they called the prosecution counsel. Alright. So that's a photographic print. Well, that's something I've never seen before. Squares appear to a drawing. Details incredible. Very well. I'm satisfied with your answers. Let us start the trial. Certainly, Your Excellency. So without further ado, in order to better apprise the court with the facts of the case, the prosecution hereby calls its first witness, who was there at the scene of the crime when it happened. This is it then. I think I may have worked out what the professor had in mind. Professor? You mean Dr. Mikitoba? Yes, clearly you're the defense lawyer today, not me, but that doesn't mean. Well, I can still act as your assistant. Of course. He was speaking with me before. He simply said, Kazuma Sogi must not be defense. It's lawyer in this trial. Really has been sticking his arm in, hasn't he? Maybe, but any help you can give me would be greatly appreciated, Kazuma. Well, my first piece of advice is, rein in that crazy look of bewilderness and control the wild sweats. And only if you rein in the crazy headband and control the cold stares first. Bro, he does have a crazy headband. Witness, state your name and occupation for the court, please. This guy's the killer. 100%. Of course, my name is Hatsuro Hosonaga. I'm the head waiter at the Western-style restaurant called La Caravelle. Fuck? Are you alright? You seem to be coughing up some, it's irregular assurance, it really doesn't bother me. But really should.
As everyone knows, the capitalist southeastern corner was developed by foreign visitor for some years ago. It's become very fashionable. This strip now is full of hotels to accommodate overseas guests. This grand crime occurred in one of the distinct so-called restaurants, an Oriental eatery, 3 days ago.
Understood. Also, Naga-san, you will kindly tell the court everything you can about the incident. At once, sir.
No better interjections when surprising lawyer boy, please.
Oh, perspiring, maybe that perspiring. It was just around after 2 p.m. The day in question. We had few dinners at that time of day. Alright. The lunchtime rush was over, and there were only 3 tables still occupied. That fits in with my memory of it, too. There was hardly anyone else in the place. It was when I was in the kitchen putting away property in cookery. A gunshot rang out, so I hurried out to the dining area to see what happened. Found the victim, an English gentleman, slumped in his chair. And standing immediately beside him, gun in hand, was the accused university student. Yes? Hold on, let me just clarify something here. While I did pick up a gun that I found lying on the floor beside the professor, I then shot him. Shit, evidence, bro.
I believe I asked you to refrain from petty interjections. The court wishes to listen to the witness's report of that he saw, you amateur.
But the next time you interrupt at an inappropriate time, you will be penalized. The defendant not reported. Don't worry, Yunosuke. You have your chance to fight back. For now, we must just quietly listen to the witness. Ugh.
If I may confirm, what point, waiter? Standing beside the victim was a gun in his hand. If a gun was his hand, was the man we see before here in court today.
Yes, without question.
I see. And apart from the accused, there were anyone else standing before and beside the victim?
No. There was no one else at the table but the deceased Englishman and the university student. Did he just say... He just said there was 3 occupants. There was no one else around that table? What's the matter, Yunosuke? That's not right. When I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hello, there was a woman sitting opposite of him at his table. Really? And that's not something the waiter could have missed. I've been warned about interjecting, but still, what should I do? It's your evidence. How the fuck do we present this? Some magnifying glass? Oh wait, there's another glass. Look at that. What's this? Right.
Yes!
I hate how our objection is yes. Just a moment, please. Dr. Wilson was on loan that day. I'm sure of it. There was a lady sitting at the table. Dear me, dear me.
What are you going to do with? What am I going to do with you? With your blatant disregard of court proceedings, I'm beginning to wonder if you're not a fraud. This might be the accused, this mere student is nothing but a liar after all. But I'm sure of what I saw.
Osanoga-san, is there any chance you've mistaken perhaps your memory of events of Arahisa? No. Yeah, he's the killer. The deceased gentleman came to dine alone.
I don't believe it.
I actually have a rough plan of the restaurant as it was that day. Please have a look if you'd like to. I see. As a sketch of the establishment's layout, drawn by yourself, I presume. That's right, I'm afraid I used the back of my business card as it is a turbulent situation. However, as you can see, the gentleman in question was seated alone. Well, you're clearly a very conscious. Can just wait a minute. Thank you, sir. The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Oh, well, is there a problem? And the plan to the court officer once. Of course, here you are. What's that about? He's been completely calm and collected until now. Something certainly seems to be shaken him. The witness business card has been entered into the... Okay, his business card has got to do something.
So, the court is now pretty precise of the case.
Let me see this business card. Entrance. Kitchen. Yes, at the moment the gunshot was heard in the restaurant, the only person in close proximity to the victim was the defendant in trial today. It would seem we are looking at a black and white case here. Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. If you admit your guilt at this stage, the court is willing to look mercifully upon you.
In other words, you may have a small reprieve in terms of your inevitable punishment.
I call this
Waiter as a sworn witness in order to explain the details of the case to the court. But I must warn the defense if you are determined to pursue matters further in this trial. The prosecution has decisive evidence from sworn witnesses who have represented the scene of the crime.
The only witness is that guy, isn't it, mate? What do you think I should do, Kazuma? What do you mean? Well, I'm going to be found guilty one way or another, it seems. Would it be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for a merely lenient sentence? Bitch, don't be a pussy, bro. Everyone keeps telling me that this trial is unusual about these peculiarities. You've seen it, Professor Mikatoba said it, and so has the judge and the prosecution. I'm scared of what lies ahead as I push this. Don't be a pussy, Naruhodo. As I said from the outset, I believe you're innocent. I trust you. And yet, despite knowing that, you're willing now to throw that trust back in my face, is that it? What? If the accused is in fact innocent, then the defense lawyer in duty bound to prove that innocent by whatever means necessary. Are you just going to abandon that duty? And are you going to give up on yourself? The battle hasn't even begun yet, Ryunosuke. The defense pleads not guilty, Your Excellency. We invite the prosecution to stop making empty threats and bring out its witnesses. And we'll see just how decisive this evidence really is. Indeed. Prosecution Ochi, please continue with the proceedings. Tch.
Well, the young can be so reckless. You know, many call me a saint, but I can be a devil when I want to be. In a few short moments from now, that stroke young mouth of yours will be silenced forever. The prosecution calls its next witness.
Very well, officer. Bring forth the witnesses at once. That judge looks cool, huh? What the hell are these character designs? 2 witnesses? This is my first time.
But this is kindly state your names and occupation for the court.
Yes, sir. The Great Nippon Imperial Army Surgeon. Yes, I'm also reporting for duty, sir.
Mystery, I find employees a period and find articles of anxiety for the effort sense of our nation Nippon. And conduct my terrain from Resute, humble premises in the 2nd district. Kyuryo Kotekuta at your service.
An antique dealer and a soldier. What an unusual pairing.
Both of these gentlemen were present in the restaurants of the day in question.
They must be the diners on the other table that the waiter mentioned.
I saw my husband, the tea at the most exquisite aroma in the establishment in question, always post noon, and not infrequently convinced with interested parties regarding the quarters in which I take my business.
I can't understand a word from the old man is saying. He's an antique dealer. It sounds like he's a regular at Le Carnaval. He seeks out potential customers who may have an interest in antiques and try to sell his wares for them. He obviously targets La Carnivals because it's a high-class restaurant for rich clienteles. Right, I see. Although to be honest, that surgeon looks like he's be a seller rather than a buyer.
Now, you have both witnessed the precise moment of this, the most character's incident. Is that correct?
Affirmative. The enemy unit was seen attacking a foreign in what can be described as an act of war, sir. It was the black uniformed rogue infantryman over there who unloaded his firearm, sir. This man's impossible to understand it as the other. But I'm almost sure I heard a strange noise during that last thing he said. So this is the decisive evidence that the prosecution was threatening. The soldiers claim that he actually saw the precise moment he shot the victim dead. Yes. Well, are you starting to feel uncomfortable? If I'm honest, I was feeling uncomfortable from the start. Now, the court will hear your formal testimony, please. You will state everything you saw at the precise moment that the incident occurred. Yes, sir. Standing by ready to report, sir. What's that sound, baby?
Some memories the most uncovered afternoon.
I was ingesting a regulation beefsteak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man.
Mr. Sullivan was extolling the artist of that particularly fine golden creature on the military gentleman.
At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired an English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel. I was on my hands and knees investigating the elements of my mystery, observing the person's creature. Right, I found that contradiction. Shot from the back, eh? Not so sure, that's right. Well, you see, Sergeant Nosa actually witnesses the vital moment. You saw the split second when the defendant fired the weapon at the victim. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. That look at the university cadet, sir. The cruel and unforgivable enemy. What times are we living in? An English gentleman may be a southern broad light of country, a dairy, whatever the fuck you were saying. But that is ridiculous. I didn't shoot anyone. Is that really true, Yunosuke? Yes. All I did was pick up the gun when I saw it lying on the floor. Why'd you fucking do that, bro? After I said hello to Dr. Wilson, I went back to my table and sat drinking some coffee. Then, when I'd finished, I got up from my seat to leave the restaurant. When I noticed an English-made gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting. I thought perhaps the professor had dropped it, so I bent down and just as I was picking it up. Well, if that's the truth, there's some obviously criminal on the scene somewhere. And somewhere in these two witnesses' testimonies, there's a clue as to who that criminal was. There is? Yunosuke, you must exercise your right to cross-examine the witnesses. Cross-examine? Do it now.
As we have heard, Your Excellency, there is no room for doubt in the testimony of these witnesses. The defendant is clearly guilty. It is time to bring this capable student to justice.
Certainly, the testimony the court has just heard eliminates any vestige of doubt. Therefore, it is my grave duty to declare the verdict of this trial. What in the name of the Emperor is the meaning of this outburst? I mean, the defense demands its right to cross-examine. Dear me. I guess the head bad boy next door told me to do it. How pathetic. I told you how to do it. Huh. How did he know? Prosecution objects. That is a clear waste of time. The defendant obviously has no experience in how to possibly cross-examination. The defense is asserting its right to be for a cross-examination. Whatever or not you think he's capable of it is irrelevant. Because of my self-commanding. Very well. Let the defense conduct a cross-examination of the witnesses. Alright, this is where the battle really begins for Yunosuke. But I don't even know what I have to do in a cross-examination. God. Isn't it obvious? You have to expose the lies in the witnesses' statements. How? You then find a gun, which means that the soldier said has to be a lie. Well, yes, but it's just a case of providing it. And the key to doing that is evidence. Right, evidence. All you need to do is to present some decisive and undisputable evidence that proves that the witness is lying. Now let's go, Yunosuke. Don't let them beat you. Alright then. It's all or nothing. God, I love this main character. He acts like fucking Phoenix, but an even dumber version of Phoenix. Oh, 5 lines, okay.
Yes!
What are you playing at, cadet? What is the meaning of this subordination? Trusting some photographic print into my mustache? inconsistency, sir. I mean, yes. There's a clear inconsistency here.
What nonsense! How can the script possibly tell us that we don't already know?
Well, obviously, that I know what I want to say, but the words just won't come out of my mouth.
I think this proves beyond any doubt, Your Excellency. This is there is no place for an amateur student here in this grand courtroom.
Ugh, this is so frustrating. Oh, please. Surely this doesn't require an explanation. It could be more plain. To spell it out would be an insult to the court. Cosmo, what?
What are you talking about?
It's apparent from a single glance at the photographic print presented by the defense. And there's a clear discrepancy here with the surgeon's statement.
What?
Surgeon Iyesa Nosa. Yes, sir. What, sir? The statement you just made was this. Black uniform varsity cadet fired an English civilian and from the back of that cowardly little weasel. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. I witnessed the crime with my own very military-grade eyes, sir.
Yes!
But no, that just can't be. And why not, cadet? Because... Take a close look at the print. The victim, Dr. Wilson, died from a wound to the chest. Ugh. Surgeon, according to your witness statement, the culprit shot the victim from behind. And that is the obvious discrepancy here. Well, how do you explain it? The fuck? There's a baby behind. What the? What was that? Something just popped out from behind his back. But he pushed it down again. It's a fucking pig. Clearly there is a clear discrepancy with the facts here. Would you not agree, Sergeant Nosa? Yes, sir. At this juncture, that would appear to be undisputable. Till the moment I heard the firearm discharge, my eyes were firmly fixed on the delicious knockout snake, sir. What? The last testimony the court heard was proving one thing beyond all reasonable doubt. This witness, Sergeant Iyesa Nosa, not see the defendant firing a gun at all.
That's absurd.
I think the conclusion we must draw is simple. There is no place for an amateur prosecutor here in this grand court.
Yeah!
There's been a complete turnabout in the middle of this trial. This is one discrepancy. So this is what being an ace attorney is all about.
Hell yeah.
But I definitely saw him. The university cadet there, he was pointing the firearm directly at the victim's neck. But I never fired the gun. All I did was pick it up from the floor. And you, old man, didn't see the moment the victim was shot either. God, as you can see, he's too busy.
Myself, I have already been quite clear. The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor. I was far too busy on the floor.
Too busy on the floor. Sorry, what were you doing?
Hunting for treasure.
Treasure.
Indeed, the Herald Koban, my prized coin. On each occasion I visit a restaurant, it is my habit to place it in my bosom pocket a particular trinket of interest from my shop. Rasute.
In the hope of meeting a rich diner who might like to buy it from me.
the underscrutiny was the preferred my wholesale treasure. That he would purchase such a rare find, I did not, but I had presented with little alternative. But then, after averting my eyes from the reef for some moments, there was no more, except they vanished. The Vulcan vanished. I think around under the table I was in case may have fallen there. And then it happened.
Man, I can't fucking talk like that. You heard the gunshot, you mean?
Indeed I did, but I heeded it not, for I certainly finding my unaccepted holy treasure. Nothing could distract me.
Out of interest, did you find the coin in the end?
No,
Let's see.
that memorable day the precious OK Coban was lost to me. No doubt, some unreceived scatter of pocketed the price coin for himself.
As I am sure everyone present, the President is aware, this case demands a swift and decisive resolution. Our government has promised a safe full report to the Great Train by telegraph this very afternoon. Nevertheless, the witness testimony the court has just heard was inconclusive. No matter how subservient the government feels it must be to the British, it would be unforgivable to deliver a verdict on this trial right now. What is your position, Prosecutor Ochi?
Worry not, Your Excellency, the defendant may have led a tiger in the front gate, but he will now find a wolf in the back. Witnesses have further testimony to make.
Explain.
On hearing the next statement, it will become abundantly clear there is only one person who could possibly have committed this despicable crime. Likely the skeptical defendant, Ryunosuke Hamahodo.
What? It really seems to have the skippable opinion on you, doesn't it? Ugh. Very well. The court invites the witnesses to testify again. You will thoroughly explain the reasoning behind the prosecution's allegations. Is that clear?
It's clear as Kiriko Glass, Your Excellency.
Yes, sir. At once, sir. Awaiting signal to testify, sir. Excuse me, but there's something or someone peeking out of your shoulder, I think. Affirmative. The newest member of the Nuzzle family to rise up through the ranks, sir. Name, Idol. It would seem that those straps are a sign of Sergeant being too strapped to him to coordinate. Nanny. Idol. Teen shot. Your father is about to echo the Quagga enemy. Watch and learn, my boy. That's so fucking cute. Jesus. He's definitely not the murderer. It's the fucking the guy at the beginning. Even if I saw it wasn't the precise moment the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing.
His sporting his got out of a rain through a foreign man. He was that young lad in the back.
Which I myself did say. Furthermore, I visual searched the premises at the time, confirmed that we were the only personnel present.
Indeed, although he was the Englishman, dining all by himself.
Therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the gentleman, the Englishman. Over and out. These testimonies are certain. Wait, that's nonsense. The victim, Dr. Wilson, wasn't alone at all.
Please, enough of these outbursts already.
But there was a woman. There was a younger woman at this table. You must have seen her. Anyone must have seen her.
Try some more than you respect the rules of the court and now speak accordingly. We are not here to listen to your fantasies. We need evidence. It is evident beyond all reasonable doubt that the victim was alone at the time of the incident. The prosecution has photographic evidence of this fact.
It is a photographic print of the scene of the crime, Counsel.
Indeed, after table which the victim was lying had taken by the investigator immediately after the incident. As guests will only be seen there on one place.
Certainly, based on the appearance of the spirit, it would be reasonable to conclude that the victim was not the company of anyone else.
This doesn't make any sense.
The court will add this photographic evidence to the record.
I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't understand either. See.
Wait. Come on. What's going on here? It's just not possible anyone else saw that woman.
The waiter before said the same thing. He maintains that Dr. Wilson came to the restaurant alone as well.
That's not true. I saw her. I swear that I saw a woman with him.
It would seem that we'll be able to telegraph the report to the Great Britain on time after all. The witness testimonies are just heard. Leave no further room for doubt.
These are very sensitive to political times, as we know. The ink is still fresh with the treaty with the Great Britain. I think that I, Tatsuya Watch and Tochi, will contribute to the amity of the two great empires. It's an honor.
Even has the fucking Phoenix Wright thing.
How can this be happening? The judge is ready to rule.
Stand tall, Ryunosuke. It's not over yet.
What?
If what you say is true, then there's something going on here behind the scenes. And now's your chance to expose it, to draw out the truth in your cross-examination.
I don't know, Kazuma.
The defense is entitled to cross-examine the witnesses. Make it quick. Understood?
Fools can be so unbending at times.
Right, let's do this. Complete the stake. Water on that. I guess it's time to press, boys. What do you think, Ernest? Oh. What's the matter? Can't find anything. I can't find the clear discrepancy anywhere. I'm done for. I can't win this trial. No. Listen, the first thing we must do is calm down. You can't expect witnesses' statements to be full of holes every time. You just take your time and try to tease some information out of them first. What do you mean? Pressing. You can choose to either press or present against each of the witnesses' statements. If your witness is saying something you're suspicious about, pressing on it with Q. Very little luck can make get more details, which could prove crucial. Right, I see. The important point is, there's no sense in holding back. If anything can even slightly jars with you, press the witnesses on it and press them hard. Alright, got it. I'll press them like blocks of tofu. The professor wasn't alone in the restaurant, I'm sure of it. One way or another, this examination's got to prove I'm right. Stop, press them for all they're worth, if it depends on it. I want to press them on this thing. We already just went to the same thing again.
Yes!
You must have noticed something else stuff on this table. There was a lady there.
I should have been the pains to watch it happen again. The growing colors in my ear. Yet, no one else appears to have caught even a glimpse of this woman.
Ugh. Oh, there's more people dining there at that time than someone could have noticed her. Fortunately, I saw it was already past 2 p.m. when it happened. Quite time between lunch and dinner and any time rest. No. I know, of course the place was almost empty. That's what you'd expect.
Certainly 2 a.m. is either place door that has terrible time to eat.
I wonder if there was a reason to what the victim was eating at that time of the day and why he was alone.
Yes, Your Excellency. There was indeed a reason.
There was?
Found the victim's jacket pocket.
What is that, Counsel?
Check the medical report card, Your Excellency. Seeing that the victim has an appointment at the clinic prior to visiting the restaurant.
Not a clinic. Yes. God, even that name is a reference to the fucking trilogy. Yes. There would appear to be an entry date in this question. 19th November, noon, at past 1 a.m. Severity of the incident.
The victim went to late lunch following this appointment. The explanation could be more simple. The prosecution felt only disable this evidence before as it really has the burning case.
I wonder. What do you think, Ernest? What? Well, it seems hard to see how it can be related, really. Remember, you can request for it to be entered into the court for purchase evidence if you think it could be useful. Could I ask for that those evidence? Hell yeah.
Yes!
These are some new mechanics, man. If I may, I'd like to ask for the medical report card to be submitted as evidence, Your Excellency. On what grounds? The court has already heard conclusive witness testimony. Additional evidence could be extraterrestrials.
Not to mention that the victim's movements prior to his arrival to the restaurant have not been seen.
Whether or not their concern is up to us to decide. We have the right to explore all possible avenues.
I beg your pardon.
You have no authority to refuse a perfectly valid request for the submission of evidence. Very well. The court will grant the defense's request.
So, youngsters these days are forever asserting their rights. It's most disturbing trend.
This first case is surprisingly pretty long. Pretty good too. Officer, kindly add the victim's medical report card to the courtroom. What we need right now is new clues. We have to explore things from every possible angle, even if they don't seem relevant at first. Right, I hear you.
We can conspire to prolong this trial as much as you'd like, but it's the day after the festival already for you.
Or perhaps you forgot.
These witness testimonies have no room for doubt. If they betray, they choose to put their own.
But pointing? Okay.
Yes!
Hey, let me see. Oh, we can't see the report. Yes, it may seem that I was holding it at that point in time, but I told you already. It's only because I picked it up from the floor.
Well, obvious as the culprit, that's the only way you could explain it away.
Yes, I just had to finish drinking my cup and I was about to leave the restaurant when I was the gun on the floor and Dr. Gustav's feet, so I picked it up. And at exactly that moment, a gunshot rang in my ears.
It's beyond the open your life is.
Sorry, what do you mean?
Yes, you found a pistol on the floor and picked it up with designated testing to get into it. I got definitely. I felt to kick up the cover them in the floor and fight myself and equally testing to get the result. Anyway, the back remained myself and I see you. Still standing over the floor.
Furthermore, a visual surgeon confirmed that. Huh.
Yes!
So you actually saw that with your own eyes, didn't you? The victim, Dr. Wilson, dining alone.
What I did forgive me for the position I placed in with. So testimony of the old man, the soldier, and the waiter on me at that point isn't that interesting. So let us not forget the impeccable evidence that will support their statements as well. Could have seen there's only a simple beef steak in the victim's table, even for one.
No. The antique dealer, the surgeon, and the waiter testified before. It's not impossible that they're all lying. But if so, then why? I'm perfectly honest, I have absolutely no idea.
Yes!
Why aren't you telling the truth? What did you say, Cadet? Clearly remember. There was a woman sitting across the table from the professor. Perhaps one you might have noticed, but for both of you to have failed to see the professor's dining companion, it's just not possible. Fortunately for you, defendant Naruhodo, it's not just a case from two witnesses alone. Sorry, the waiter whose testimony the court heard earlier clearly stated the same thing. He also said that the victim was alone. That's right.
Precisely, in other words, you are the sole occupant of this phantom lady.
But
If such a woman ever indeed presented the scene, the prosecution demands to see proof. If no proof exists, the prosecution demands that no further mention of this phantom woman be made. It is a blatant waste of court's time.
there's nothing I can say to that. This is actually pretty hard. Usually it'd be pretty easy for the first case. I can't tell how it happened. Excellent work, Rimsky. You've learned some new information there. Well, yes, but I don't feel like it changes much. I can't see what it brings any real discrepancies to light. I won't be so sure. Let me see the medical record card you got before. Oh, you mean this? Yes. There's a brand new piece of evidence, so perhaps we should examine it in a little more detail. How exactly? You'll notice some piece of evidence bears magnifying glass. Once you may examine it. Press space and you can get a closer look at the piece of X-ray. Alright. Rotate the evidence to all directions and examine it from all angles. Base. Okay. You can move the crosshairs on the hunt for clues that you may have missed before. The crosshair starts to pulsate. Press space to investigate further. So, partner, I think you should take a closer look at this report card. See if isn't something new to be learned by examining it in detail. Alright, let's see what I can do. I have to use... Okay. Shit, that's a lot. Oh, what's this? Let's have a look. There's some kind of medical history. Ah, there's an entry in the date the professor was killed. Extraction of molar, topical anaphasia. Extraction of molar? You mean he has a tooth taken out? It would seem so. Just before the incident, he had a bad tooth removed. Perhaps they used laughing gas, and that's the most modern practice as well in pain relief. Yes, I remember this anaphasia. Although it's hard to believe that there's anything that can actually stop you feeling pain. There's a cautionary note from the medical practitioner. Well, strictly no food or drink besides water for 3 hours. Post-procedure until aesthetic effects pass. Really? Sounds like information worth bearing in mind. Oh shit. With this new information, the meaning of the one particular statement really changes. So, I think it's time we listen to testimony again, don't you? Definitely. It's fast.
Yes!
Well, I think,
What are you with a real and fully a liar?
I wish I could. First and foremost here, I'm the accused. It's okay. Everyone stumbles in their words occasionally in their circumstances. I won't worry about it. Thanks, Cosmo. I could see it quite clear in the cross-examination you just carried out. When you raise your hand straight up like that, you purposefully. You know exactly what it was what you wanted to say. Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully. Just say what you think. Alright, thanks for the advice. Dr. Kavasan, this is a medical report card belonging to the victim.
I see and I don't see. Is it what of it more?
Comparing what is written on this report card reader's witness statement, something clearly doesn't add up.
Damn it. You forgot my word so soon, you amateur.
Sorry, what?
Try not to interrupt court proceedings with your amateur's drive.
But
Let's see if I can explain it in words you might understand. It was after 2 p.m. that afternoon that the victim was murdered at the restaurant. Whatever it may have done before that time is completely irrelevant.
but that's remember, Yunosuke, you don't have to use clever language or fancy words. Just make your point.
Your Excellency, I believe we're finished here. There is certainly no need to prolong this trial further. The witness's testimony is the court that heard has been clear and precise. This medical report card has no bearing on the matter at all, for the simple reason that there is no one else beside the pale-faced pupil who could have.
This medical report has nothing to do with the case. Do you really believe that?
Well, that outburst half petrified me, boy. Of course I believe it. How could it possibly be relevant?
Perhaps because Hora Clinic, which issued the report card, is a dental clinic.
Dental clinic. That's supposed to be something to me.
Perhaps if I told you that the victim just had a tooth extracted.
What's this now?
And furthermore, if I told you that as a result, the victim has been forbidden from eating.
Just, that's what I'm trying to say. This order's not to eat, so what?
It's all written up in here. No food or drink other than water for the next 3 hours post-procedure while anesthesia wears off.
What? No, that can't be.
Kurekura-san. Kurekura-san.
What, boy, what?
As you just heard, when he was killed sometime shortly after 2 p.m., the victim couldn't have been eating anything at all.
No.
Additionally, there's more. You have assured the court with an unwavering self-confidence that the victim was dining alone. But that cannot possibly be the case. Because the victim, as we now know, had just one of his tooth extracted and was still experiencing the effects of the anesthetic.
Ugh.
Expertly done, partner.
Objection!
What? What's this nonsense, you little upstart? These are baseless accusations. Just look at the photographic evidence. It could be silly to play the food in the victim's
Objection!
table.
Use your head. That's the very discrepancy we're talking about. Or can you follow the logic?
How dare you?
I think it's fair to say that the tables in this restaurant case turn. When you agree, Ryunosuke.
Yes. Most definitely. Most definitely.
So having just undergone some dental surgery, the victim was able to eat. which leaves one very crucial conundrum. Who in fact was eating the pictured beef steak? Court will hear the opinion of the defense in this new puzzle. I assume you're ready, counsel. Counsel, that means me, doesn't it? Alright. The answer to this question is going to be pivotal. This is the start of you turning this trial around. Show them what you're made of. Got it. So, the person eating the steak at the very distant table has been... Obviously, it can only have been someone else who was sitting at the professor's table.
You will not let us go, will you? There was no such person.
There was, and I saw her. When the incident occurred, we know that the victim could have been eating anything. Yet we have evidence of a half-eaten steak at this table. Therefore, the only logical conclusion is that there was somebody else eating there. And they're eating it. Or he could just said, nah, fuck this, I'm gonna eat a steak. I don't know if they're dental. We have strong evidence to support our assertion. It's clear that these witness testimonies are unreliable. If the court decides to pursue a ruling at this stage, we will lodge a formal complaint with the Ministry of Justice and pursue a fair retrial relentlessly.
Cosmo, you insane. You would take on the government.
Don't worry, counsel. I have no issue with you.
Do you mean?
I have issue with them, those two witnesses on the stand. What are you talking about? We have demonstrated with evidence that the victim was not alone. So, if it now turns out that the two of you are deliberately lying, have the two of you deliberately lied when giving your testimonies, obviously you will be charged with perjury. And since this is a murder trial, you will also be deemed complicit in the murder.
Complicit in the murder.
Negative. There was no mention of this in the tactical meeting. I was just following orders.
That's right, that's the man says. Just say you never saw the gentlewoman, that's what they told us.
What? Did you say Korekuta-san?
Oh,
You were just following orders.
hold it, lad. Just, I was,
You say you never saw the gentlewoman. Ugh. When you say gentlewoman, do you mean you saw the victim, a lady overseas? What?
What is the meaning of all of this? Is the witnesses who gave false statements? Is this true, you pair?
Just one simple step of the tongue. Order, counsel. Explain what is going on. It's painfully clear now. You've tried to prevent these witnesses from telling the truth.
Absolutely not. The prosecution knows nothing of this.
Then who's behind this? Who's tried to keep your mouth shut? That's classified. So you're prepared to try as a conspirator for the murder, are you? You wouldn't. This can't be happening. Ryunosuke, judging from the way they're reacting to this, I'd say they were sworn to silence by someone with considerable influence. However, I don't believe Ochi had any idea about it. What are you saying? I mean, to wield that kind of influence, there are only a handful of possibilities. I could only have seen the government, the military, or the police, I suppose. Well, an idea is about who might be behind this. But we can affirm who tried to silence these witnesses, and we can continue our pursuit. So we need to name whoever it was who tried to make the witnesses keep their mouths shut. Of course, we'll need evidence before we make any conclusions. Evidence that proves whoever it really was did wield his or her powers here. How? But how? But how? How can we possibly... Remember how we made progress before? We examined this piece of evidence in more detail. You proved the result. Yes, that's right. Well, that's not the only piece of evidence we have, is it? We need to re-examine everything and make sure there's nothing we've missed. There's no time to lose. I want answers. If it's proven that these witnesses have been manipulated, I assure you the penalty will be severe.
Please, wait. Your Excellency, I have no idea about any of this. I swear, every shit on God. I do nothing.
Yeah, poor Aochi. And what does that defense have to say about all this?
Well, Your Excellency, no time to think. I'm just going to have to close my eyes and shout out the first name that comes to my head.
It's the prosecution. So the prosecutor, the only person with the necessary influence to manipulate the witnesses is... This guy, right? I don't know how to, but I'm playing with him. Well, who that would be?
Satoru Horosaya-san.
Hosohaga-san, the widow who took the stand earlier.
Objection!
Poppycock.
What?
What possible reason would the waiter have made these witnesses give false testimony? Not mention the fact that they had the head waiter could not vastly that level of influence.
For once, I would agree with you. If that is, the man truly were a waiter.
Well, if he truly were.
Come on, Rienusuke. Come to hit this club with the truth. Truth about how the guard signed his real identity is proven by this evidence. What the fuck? How do we not see them? What? That's so bullshit. Right.
Yes!
I'm not sure what this is supposed to prove, Counsel.
Think Your Excellency. I think Your Excellency what it proves is not the true nature of the waiter, but the true nature of the accused.
Sorry?
A blackguard who would still present irrelevant evidence to incriminate an innocent man. That is the true nature of this record.
Ugh. Try again. Go over all the evidence. We have one more time. Something that requires this waiter really. Sure. Alright then. Try. Alright, it's getting time to hit this kind of with proof. Isn't it this?
Yes!
Wasn't this thing I proved? I'm sure what it's supposed to prove, Counsel. What? Well, that's unexpected. What is? Look, do you see what the witness's name here? Satoru Hosonaga. Well, yes, business card tend to share the person's name. That's sort of the point. That's not the name that's expected. That's his job title. His job? Oh, Chief Inspector Satoru Primary Criminal Investigation Division. Imperial Police Bureau. Inspector? What on earth? I have no idea. But let's face it, the police have a lot of power and influence. And they're wielding it somehow here. Alright, there you go. There it is. Sign it. Oh man, I had to fucking. There you go. That's bullshit, bro. The plan of a restaurant sketching the man in question. I agree it shows a great deal of attention to detail, but not true. Sorry, Excellency, but the back of the card. It's the back. The back. The card is, that's of interest. I beg your pardon. Or perhaps I should have just said the front. Yes. It's the front or the back of the card that's pretending it's detailed. Would somebody please explain what this overexcited student is trying to say? Hosonaga-san sketched the plan of the restaurant on the reverse side of his card. The front of the business card reveals the man in question's profession, his true profession. The waiter's profession. But that's the good gracious. That's right, Your Excellency. The card reads Chief Inspector, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau.
What? The waiter is a police detective? I haven't heard any mention of this before. Why haven't I heard any mention of this before?
The Imperial Police Bureau has impressive power, absolute power as far as regular civilians are concerned. So, witnesses they're in the stand. Was it in fact the waiter who gave you your orders? Was it he who told you not to mention that you'd seen this foreign gentlewoman at the scene? Well. Inspector Hosonaga. I'm sorry something like this may happen. The moment you asked me to submit my sketches evidence, I realized it was a possibility. That was a fucking awful idea. The court will not take this plan out of the court record as evidence. Well, is there a problem? I had the plan of the court officer at once. Oh, of course, here you are. Yes, I remember now. Did act strangely when the judge asked him to hand over his business card. I tried to carry out all investigations flawlessly, and that's my guiding principle. But I let myself be distracted when I made that sketch. It was an unusually careless mistake. So,
You mean to say you really are a detective?
but why would a detective be working as a restaurant waiter? Of course, I was working undercover. Undercover? Yes, there has been a series of incidents in the restaurant recently. In order to investigate, I decided to get a job there as a waiter working undercover. Incidents at the restaurant? What kind of incidents? That would be classified police information, which I am not to liberty to. Well, alright, boys, I'm back. God. However, I can state categorically that they are unrelated to this case of homicide. Very well then, Inspector Hosonaga, but you will elaborate at one point for the court. Of course, Your Excellency. We have just heard new information from the two witnesses beside you. That at the time of the shooting, there was in fact another person present at the victim's table. And that is indeed true. Clearly, you also become aware of this person's presence, having served at the table in question. However, your testimony did not allude to this other diner, therefore I am led to assume that in your professional capacity as a police officer, you require these witnesses to be in agreement. Would that be correct? Ugh. Correct, Your Excellency. Unbelievable. As I suspected. As soon as I heard a gunshot, I ran out of the kitchen to see what would happen. The victim sat slumping in his chair and beside a gun in hand. Stood the accused student. Sitting opposite to the victim at the table was a young lady whom I guessed to be an Englishwoman. As the truth comes out, I immediately sealed up the restaurant and reported the incident to the Bureau. I was then, as I received some special orders. Special orders? You mean to say? Remove the Englishwoman from the scene at once. Made clear that the Englishwoman's presence at the restaurant was to be concealed. Those were my orders. But what if the Englishwoman was the killer? Then it would be everyone's best interest not to pursue that idea. The Empire, based on friendly terms with its relationship, would retain more highly than anything at the moment. An Englishwoman has been murdered in our soul. To name an Englishwoman as the primary suspect. Well, without irrefutable evidence, that would put me out of question. That's the reason for the disappearance of the affected woman in the case. But it's not right. So no one's guilty here. Well, the murderer at least. One possibility does spring to mind. What do you mean, Kazan? My university is currently hosting a number of exchange students from Great Britain. I'm fairly certain that one of them is studying in the medical facility research laboratory. It's a young Englishwoman. What? Alright, sure, man. I can see why you've been chosen candidate for the overseas study tour. You mean? When I removed the woman from the scene of the crime, I decided to pretend to check her identity first. Then the court demanded you to name the lady in question at once, Inspector. The Englishwoman is sitting in the university professor's table was a certain Miss Giselle Brett. I'm back again. She's indeed a foreign student studying in a research laboratory at Yuma University Medical Faculty. I admitted that under orders from the police bureau, I erased all evidence of this lady's presence at the scene, and ordered these witnesses to make no mention of her in their testimonies. It must now be up to your excellency to decide how to deal with the situation. Very well, my thoughts on the matter are as follows. Thus far, the case presented to the court has been underpinned by a particular critical premise, namely that the victim was dining alone. However, as we now have discovered that this premise is false, it would be desecration of our justice system to ignore the truth and give a
Objection!
But, Your Excellency, what mean missing the new deadline of a ruling in order to send it to the fire report to the Great Britain? Our government will surely be displeased by such actions.
Calm yourself, Counsel. I will not allow the government of our country any other to influence the proceedings of the court. Inspector Osanaka. Yes, sir. We will locate this Giselle Brett and escort her to the courtroom with the utmost urgency. At at once, Your Excellency.
But that means you're going against the special orders you were given the police bureau.
Yo, this case is actually long. What the fuck? It's actually deep already. As I said before, it is my guiding principle to carry out all investigations flawlessly. So it won't be a problem. Oh god. Nothing will get in my way. As he bleeds. Court will adjourn briefly. The prosecution is called the English student, Jezile Brett, to the witness stand. Do I make myself clear? Yes. Your Excellency! Good. Then we will have a 30-minute recess before reconceiving.